Hey, what's up, everybody? Hope you're all doing well. I'm super excited to be doing this testimonial with Jessica, who is a star student of our Mastermind. I'm super excited to do this for a number of different reasons. Jessica's an awesome person and an excellent business operator. But beyond that, one of the things that I just really love about what she's done since she's been in the program is just the intense action, the level of action she has taken consistently in her own business. And I think even though in a challenging market, and she'll probably tell you herself, in a challenging market with a lot of different things going on that you have to navigate, one thing that has kept her in it and given her the little bit of success that she's seen already is just her tenacity and overall commitment to her business. And so I'm super pumped to do this for her and for us. It's just a happy day all the way around. So Jessica, thanks so much for joining us. First question out of the gate. Why don't you tell us a little bit about, what you were doing prior to joining the Mastermind program, what you have going on, and then ultimately, what was the one thing or the handful of things that ultimately for you made the decision clear to, yes, let's go ahead and make the investment and join the program?
Yeah, so I've been a recruiter for the last decade. I started my career out in agency, then I went over to the corporate side and did talent acquisition on the corporate side. And then I just decided I wanted to leave corporate. I didn't like doing the corporate thing anymore. And I was just like, I can make a lot of money going on my own. And, just everything was aligning at that point. So I decided to start my own business last year. And so I've been open for like a year and 8 months or so. And when I started my business, I was never a biz dev person ever. I was always just solely a recruiter. I never really touched the biz dev side. So for me, I had no idea what I was doing in my first year. I was just like picking up like random little tidbits off the internet of what other business owners were doing, but I never really had a solid system in place. Now I had a lucky year in my first year. I was able to build just less than 100K. I was able to pick up clients and whatnot. It was a little bit of an easier time. But as I was heading into year two, I never really got sufficient training. So I'm like, I'm kind of operating a little bit blind right now. And I don't want to be doing this because I want to be able to foresee and know where my roadblocks are going to be. And I need someone in my blind spot to tell me, hey, this is what you could potentially be running into as you continue to grow your business. Yeah, so that was basically it. And I decided to join because I needed someone in my business with me. Like I can't do there's a lot of people that do entrepreneurship on their own and they just wing it. But for me, I was like, if I'm going to do this right, I need a coach. So that's why I decided to join the program, because I need someone to be able to guide me so that I can continue to be successful and know what to do and know what to look out for. So yeah.
Totally. Yeah, no, it's awesome. And you're absolutely right as far as the value of, having a coach, having a mentor. Obviously grateful that you selected our program. It's been awesome to work with you. But even myself, I've got mentors that I still lean on. Those mentors change over time as you kind of hit new levels in your business and in your growth. But ultimately, to be able to flatten that learning curve and kind of skip the yucky part for the most part, just get to the answers of the test and get into execution is super valuable. I'm with you there. So if you don't mind, what kind of value have you gotten from the program so far? I know you've been a part of other programs in the past. What have you gotten out of this group so far where you're like, yes, this was totally worth the investment? And how does that differentiate from what you've seen in other places?
Yeah, so I was in another program before and I busted my butt in that program. I tried to implement absolutely everything that they were trying to teach. I did all the systems and scaling, and things just were not landing for me. So I had to make a choice as a business owner. And I was looking at it from that standpoint. If I continue to go down this path, am I going to start generating revenue, or am I still going to stay stagnant and stuck? And some of the advice I was getting in the other program wasn't really that great. And I was consulting with others and they're like, maybe you shouldn't do that because this is the industry that's dying. I was in tech, by the way, for 10 years. Like it was my bread and butter. This is all I basically knew. And so when the tech industry is going down and you have someone telling you maybe you need to stay in tech because everyone's doing something niche, I was just like, okay, maybe I need to seek advice elsewhere. So I did all the implementation, all that, and I just wasn't finding success in the program because as a startup, going to another program that is just so mass marketed, where there's 40 to 50 different entrepreneurs on the call, you're never able to really get your questions out or really be heard when it comes to implementing things, because that coach had so many people in their workshop. I think that they were having challenges in regards to, getting to everyone. And when I was asking them questions, they weren't answering me. They were just kind of pushing me off and not treating me like an actual customer of theirs, where it was funny because when it came to paying for more money, keep paying more money, and I'm not revenue generating, I can't do that. I can't continue to pay you more money when I'm not generating revenue in my business. So it just was not a fit. And then I just, found you, we were connected. And so I decided to join. And right off the bat, just the level of service that I've gotten operating as a startup, really and truly, that's where I was struggling is, I need someone to kind of be my eyes and ears of my business and get me around certain psychological roadblocks, but not only me and how to start thinking as a business owner, but things I would need to step through with my clients that aren't being taught in other programs. The recruiting industry is very, very surface level when it comes to working with clients. And so there are certain psychological questions that you're going to, run into when it comes to working with your clients. And Patrick was actually able to sit there and coach me and tell me, okay, this is what you need to say. This is what you need to ask. This is the level of service that you need to provide. Here's what you're going to do. And you're going to pose these questions to your clients. And I wouldn't have gotten that service elsewhere. And because of how he's helped me step through those situations, I was able to close deals. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there on all of that. Obviously, we talk about this all the time, the kind of getting the deal done and the art of recruiting and all that, leveraging psychological strategy and all that good stuff is incredibly important. And the other thing too, I think one of the things that I'm super proud of with the group is there is a little bit of a one-on-one, we're with you and meeting you where you're at in your business, which in past experiences that I've personally had in other type of group settings, to have this idea of everybody starting at a different place and ultimately also potentially having different goals, to say just in a blanket statement, this is how everybody should do it and ultimately achieve the results that they seek it's not realistic. Everybody's got a different skill set, a different background, has either started or hasn't started yet, and what variation of that and where they land in that spectrum and so on and so forth. And so there definitely needs to be some one-on-one and specific tailored strategy in certain areas of the business. Other areas are pretty boilerplate, but yeah, very, very cool. So tell us, if you don't mind sharing, the one thing that everybody wants to know, myself included, how much have you built since joining the program?
So far I've billed 60K. I joined in February. It's been a little bit of a rough year because I, live in Canada. The deals are taking longer to get through the pipeline. It's just been a challenging year, but the 60K I build it within 1 month, right? And so when I look at months that are like that and continuously billing that, that's when it makes running the business worth it for me, because the amount of freedom that I get, like all this other stuff, and that's another 60K that I put towards running my business and hopefully getting to that next stage and scaling.
Absolutely. As we like to say, 60K, that'll buy a few margaritas. Final question, don't want to burn up too much of your time. What advice would you give to anybody out there that's considering joining the program or on the fence? What would you tell them?
I think you should be investing in yourself if you're serious about a business or about being a business owner. I definitely think that there were things that, everyone can sit here and think that they know everything and know it all, especially if you've been in the industry for a very long time and you're used to certain ways of doing things because that's how you were taught. But especially with 2023, there's a whole new way of doing things and a whole new way of service that you need to provide for your clients. And clients just aren't being serviced like that right now, and they're telling us about it. They're telling Patrick about it. They're telling me about it. Other agencies aren't delivering, or they're not impressed with the service that they're getting. And so with Patrick's program, because he is cutting edge and innovative, he has implemented some new things so that we can continue to remain cutting edge in our businesses and beat out the other staffing agencies. That to me is a lot of value, and it's helping me stand out here in the Canadian market.
Totally. Awesome. Jessica, I very much appreciate your time. Congrats on all your success. I want to do another one of these in like 6 months to see where you're at and track the progress, because I know you're going to be crushing it. All right, everybody. Hopefully you found value in this, and we will